If you're a midlife mama feeling restless, stuck, or like there's more to life, but you just don't know how to get there, this video is for you. I'm sharing the exact steps I took to reinvent myself. Steps that helped me create a healthier, more fulfilling life and find my purpose after raising my girls. December 16th, 2016 is a day I'll never forget. I had just turned 46, feeling very frustrated with myself. Overweight, stuck, and just going through the motions of life. My two oldest daughters, Taylor and Lauren, were coming home from college that day for Christmas, and I wanted to feel joy, but instead, everything shifted. That morning, I got a call from my dad, or so I thought, expecting to hear his voice say, "Hello, Jenny." It was my stepmom telling me that Dad had been admitted to the hospital. She wasn't worried, so I tried not to be. And then later that day, my husband Brady called, and he had been to the doctor, and the rheumatologist had diagnosed him with rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, and borderline lupus. And he was going to start immunosuppressant drugs, methotrexate, which is like a chemo drug, right after the holidays. So that felt like another blow. When the girls got home, we went out for a family dinner to try to kick off the holiday season. But then I got another call from my stepmom. My dad had taken a turn and they were putting him on a ventilator. And we lost him the day after Christmas. This was my low point. I was crushed by grief, restless with life, and scared for my future. But in that moment, I made a decision. A small but powerful shift. I knew God had a bigger plan for me. But I also knew I had to take that first step and trust that He'd meet me along the way. If you've ever felt stuck, restless, or like life is just happening to you, I want you to know you don't have to stay there. The first step I took to start changing my life was asking myself this simple question: who am I? Your identity shapes what you do far more than you realize. James Clear of Atomic Habits puts it perfectly. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. That hit me hard. If my actions were votes, what kind of person was I voting to be? It wasn't easy, but I started diving into that question. I kept thinking about it. What do I really like about myself? And what do I not like? I realized I'd hidden behind my roles. Brady's wife, Taylor, Lauren, and Caitlin's mom. I was the backstage mom, always organizing and supporting, but never stepping into the spotlight of my own life. And when I got real honest with myself, I heard some not so great thoughts. Stop being selfish. Why do you want more? You don't have what it takes. You're not going to figure this out. Just be happy with what you have. Those weren't just thoughts. They were old stories playing in my head from childhood, even though they weren't true anymore. So if you're a midlife mama who feels like your only role is in the support role, I see you. It's time to step into the spotlight. Start by asking yourself those questions. Who am I? What do I like about myself? And what do I not like? And identify some of those limiting beliefs that have maybe been given to you in childhood or have picked up along the way. First, identify those, and then we go to the next step. Luckily, wherever you are now is not where you have to stay. Let's amplify those things that you do like about yourself and start to change the things you don't. This starts by asking the next question. Who do I want to become? What kind of person do I want to be? Thinking back, I thought of little Jennifer. What did she dream of? She was so painfully shy, but she knew she was smart. That little girl that dreamed of a husband and a loving family and a college degree that proved how smart she was. I had checked all those boxes, but now what? As an empty nest mom, I couldn't use the excuse of prioritizing my family over myself anymore. At my core, I knew I wanted to be a healthier person. I didn't want to leave my health in the hands of the doctors like my dad had to do. If I wanted fun, adventurous, empty nest years, I needed to be stronger, more energetic, and healthier. But it wasn't just about health. After years of working behind the scenes, helping Brady run our company, I realized I wanted to create something that I could call my own. That's how I eventually found health coaching. But at the time, I had no idea what that looked like. I just knew I felt deeply called to find it. even though that thought terrified me. I'd love to know, if you were brave, what is one thing you would try? For years, I'd poured everything into my family and into work. Brady and I were running our company, and I was also a part-time youth director when our girls were going through the program. I loved encouraging people to step out of their comfort zones, to go after their big dreams, whether it be my family or the teenagers in our youth group. But it finally dawned on me, I needed to take my own advice. Just because I'd had the life I prayed for didn't mean I was selfish for wanting more. My marriage was good, my family was good, but I realized I'd been so focused on helping everyone else thrive that I had forgotten how to dream for myself. Sometimes when life is good, it's easy to get comfortable. We pour so much into others that we leave nothing for ourselves. And when that happens, we lose sight of who we are and what we want next. My youngest, Caitlin, was about to leave home for college, and I had this moment where I thought, what do I want to be when I grow up? It was time to rediscover what I wanted for me, not just for my family. If this sounds like you, if you're in a good place but still longing for more, I want you to know that it's okay to feel that way. Wanting to evolve and grow doesn't mean you're ungrateful or selfish. It means you're ready to step into the next chapter of who you're meant to be. I love this quote from Don Barton's Midlife Battle Cry. The truth is, our midlife is just a pivot point, and it's not determined by a particular number. It's a season, a change, and an awakening. God doesn't bring us to the middle of our lives and say, thank you so much for your service. We had a terrific run. Now go watch some Netflix and I'll call you when your time is up. There's no midlife to God. We are His gift to this world at every age and every season. So after you spend some time thinking about what you want that next season to look like, what kind of person you want to become, then it's time to take the next step. Ask yourself, if I was that kind of person, what would I be doing? For me, I started with a list. A healthy person gets a good night's sleep on a regular basis. A healthy person eats her vegetables. A healthy person exercises on a regular basis. A fun empty nester tries new restaurants, gets together with friends, travels, says yes to new things. An entrepreneur learns new skills, explores her passions, and grows her confidence. This list became the blueprint for my transformation, and I broke it down into baby steps. I started small, like reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, listening to podcasts, and following women who were doing what I dreamed of. Every step felt like a stretch out of my comfort zone, but I knew staying in my comfort zone would lead to disappointment. If you're ready to start shifting your own identity, start with small habits. I created a free habit guide to get you started. Details are in the caption. It's full of actionable steps to create the habits of the person you want to become. At 54, I can say I love myself fully. Over the last 8 years, I've dropped 30 pounds. I've run 2 10Ks, started lifting heavier weights, launched my coaching business. I've traveled a lot with Brady, and I started this YouTube channel. I know I made my dad proud, but more importantly, I made little Jennifer proud. But I'm not done yet. Wherever you are, you don't have to stay there. It takes bravery to decide who you want to be. Even more courage to step out of that comfort zone and become her. And here's the important thing. God's not done with me yet, and He isn't done with you yet either. You are worth the work to live a life you love. If you enjoyed this video, then watch this one where I give you 21 easy habits to start thriving in midlife. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.